Hello and welcome to our channel, a quiet corner for curious minds and tired hearts. You've made it through the day. Now there's nothing left to do but rest. Let your shoulders relax, unclench your jaw, take a slow, deep breath in and out. Here, we let go of everything fast and wander gently into wonder. Tonight, we'll explore something simple, soft, and strangely beautiful. Before we begin, if this quiet moment helps you wind down, consider subscribing to this channel and liking our stories. We explore peaceful and curious questions and tell stories to set you up. So if you enjoy feeding your mind before falling asleep, you're always welcome here. Now, let's start. With just a few quiet breaths, in through your nose slowly and out through your mouth. One more, in, hold, and out. Feel your body begin to settle, your thoughts beginning to float, and your awareness gently narrowing into this one quiet moment. Yawning is something you do every day. It's ancient, automatic, universal. But why? What purpose does it serve? And what secrets lie behind a yawn? Let's take our time to drift through that question, not to chase an answer too quickly, but to follow where it leads. You're safe here, you're allowed to wander, and you're more than welcome to fall asleep along the way. So what is a yawn? It begins with a slow stretching inhale. Your mouth opens, your lungs expand, your eyes may squint, and for a moment your entire body joins in the movement. It ends with a long exhale, sometimes followed by a sigh or a second of silence. But this small act is far more mysterious than it seems. When you yawn, your body takes in a deep breath. This brings fresh oxygen into the lungs, while also removing excess carbon dioxide. But interestingly, this isn't the full explanation. For many years, scientists believed we yawned to increase oxygen in the blood and clear out carbon dioxide. But that theory has slowly faded. Yawning still happens, even when oxygen levels are stable. So what else could be going on? One modern theory is that yawning cools the brain. Just like a computer warms up when it runs too long, our brains heat up through use. Yawning might act like a fan, bringing cool air in through the nose and mouth and circulating it around the skull. Some researchers even found that applying cold packs to the forehead reduced yawning. Fascinating, isn't it? Your body may be trying to keep your brain comfortable, focused, and alert. But then again, why do we yawn when we're sleepy? Another possibility is that yawning helps reset the body. It stretches the jaw, widens the throat, activates muscles in the face and neck. It's like a little system check, a mini refresh. You may notice yourself yawning after sitting still for a long time or when you're bored, almost as if your body is saying wake up or wind down, decide. But yawns come before both sleep and waking. So maybe it's not just a reset, maybe it's a bridge between two states, day and night, focus and rest. And then there's something more mysterious. Yawns are contagious. If someone nearby yawns, you might feel the urge too. Even reading the word yawn might trigger one right now. This has led some to believe yawning could be a form of communication, a soft signal to the group that it's time to rest, time to be still, time to be safe together. Even chimpanzees yawn when others do. Maybe it connects us, maybe it comforts, or maybe it's just beautiful in its mystery. So tonight, as we drift through the science of yawns, let's not rush toward answers. Let's stay in that in-between space where the body breathes on its own and the mind grows quiet. There is wonder in what we don't fully understand, and yawning might just be one of those quiet wonders. We've spoken about the body and the breath behind a yawn. Now let's drift further into the world around us, because yawning is not just something you do, it's something life has been doing for millions of years. Animals yawn too. Dogs, cats, monkeys, elephants, even birds. When your cat curls up and stretches just before a nap, you've likely seen that familiar wide-mouthed sigh. But why do they yawn? Some animals, like lions, yawn before they hunt. Not because they're tired, but maybe to sharpen their senses or signal to the group that something is about to happen. Chimps, so close to us in body and brain, will yawn when others do. Even wolves will yawn in sync with their pack. Could it be that yawning is a secret rhythm of togetherness, a way of saying we are one, we are safe, we rest together? Even babies yawn. But more fascinating still, fetuses in the womb as early as 11 weeks into pregnancy have been seen yawning on ultrasound scans. No stress, no boredom, just a tiny body practicing the reflex. Perhaps it's one of the very first things we ever do, a soft, wordless gesture from before we could even think. A reminder that yawning is ancient, older than language, older than memory. Long ago, people believed yawns had magical meaning. In some traditions, a yawn was thought to let the soul escape briefly or invite spirits in. Others saw it as a sign of someone thinking deeply or absorbing wisdom from the air. In certain times, people would cover their mouths not just for manners, but to keep their soul from slipping out. It's poetic, in a way, to think that even a yawn might be something sacred, something holy in its pause. So when you yawn, know that it's not just your moment. It's part of a quiet echo, passed down through generations, shared by wild creatures and wandering minds. A pause, a breath, a mystery whispered by nature itself. Let that thought stay with you as we slowly move onward. Let's return to the simple question we began with. Why do we yawn? We've wandered through many possibilities. Oxygen, brain cooling, a signal of connection, a gentle body reset. Each theory feels true in its own way, and yet none explains it completely. So tonight, we allow space for wonder and take comfort in not knowing everything. For many years, it was taught that yawning brings in more oxygen to wake us up. And that's partly true, but not the full story. Experiments showed that people didn't yawn more when oxygen levels were low, and breathing faster didn't stop yawns either. So it turns out oxygen isn't the whole picture, just a piece in a much sleepier puzzle. Another myth is that yawning means you're bored, but let's think about that. Have you ever yawned during a conversation you cared about, or while reading something interesting? Sometimes a yawn comes not from disinterest, but from the body's gentle shift into stillness, a change in pace, a pause, a turning inward. So maybe yawning isn't boredom, maybe it's just the body whispering, slow down. We yawn when we wake and when we rest. We yawn when we're tired, but also when we're alert. We yawn when others do and when no one is around. We yawn in silence. We yawn in crowds. We yawn without trying, and sometimes just reading the word yawn makes you want to do it again. So maybe it's not one thing. Maybe yawning is the body's poetry, its quiet language of rhythm and readiness and rest. As you settle deeper now, into your pillow, into the breath, let the mystery of the yawn keep you company. Something ancient, something automatic, something shared by lions, birds, and newborns alike. Your body knows what to do, and sometimes that includes a yawn, or maybe two. If you're still awake with us or drifting in and out, let's take one last gentle detour. No science now, no facts to remember, just wonder and story. What if yawns were messages? A yawn could be your body saying it's okay to rest now, or maybe it's a little signal to the world, I'm safe with you. What if instead of being a sign of boredom, it was a quiet hello or even a sleepy hug sent without words, like a tiny flag that says, I'm slowing down, join me? Imagine if a yawn could take you back to a moment from childhood when someone gently tucked in your blanket and you felt completely safe, or a late afternoon nap where the light came through the window just right and the only sound was the rhythm of your breath. What if yawns weren't random, but reminders of softness, of calm, of pause? If the moon could yawn, would it pull the tides slower? Would stars blink sleepily as it stretched across the sky? Maybe every yawn you've ever had was caught in some invisible thread, connecting you to people in other rooms, other cities, other times. One big, sleepy loop, stretching across the world. Let's take one last dreamy walk through a quiet zoo that's just waking up or slowly falling asleep, because we're not the only ones who yawn. Yawning is something we share with creatures big and small. Let's meet a few. Lions are famous for their yawns. They stretch wide, showing their giant teeth in a long, slow arc before settling into sleep again. But it's not just about being tired. Yawning in lions may also help them wake up their brains, or even signal to the pride that it's time to move or rest. A group yawn, a sleepy signal. A lion's way of saying, You with me? You've probably seen it. Your dog yawns, then you yawn, then back again. Dogs yawn when they're sleepy, but also when they're feeling a little nervous or just relaxing after excitement. It's their way of calming down, a slow reset. Some scientists even think dogs learn to catch yawns from us, like a sleepy handshake between species. Yes, even birds yawn, parrots yawn while grooming or when relaxing. Penguins have been caught mid-yawn by patient photographers, and fish, they open and close their mouths in ways that look like yawning. It might not be the same as ours, but the rhythm is there, the pause, the moment of just being. There's something soothing about knowing yawns are everywhere, that the same slow stretch you just did in bed might be mirrored by a lion in the savannah or a dog curled up by your feet. It connects us, it softens us, it reminds us that slowing down isn't weakness, it's nature. All across the world, every culture has its own lullabies, nighttime stories, and sleepy sayings. As we come to the end of tonight's journey, let's gently wander through a few of these, little bedtime whispers from around the globe, each one soft enough to rest your thoughts on. In Japanese, nemui desu means I'm sleepy. It's often said softly, like a sigh. In Japan, rest is seen as essential, even naps at work are accepted. There's even a word, inemuri, which means sleeping while present. It's not laziness, just surrendering for a while. Before bed, Germans say schlaf gut, it means sleep well. There's also a longer one, träum was Schönes, dream something beautiful. So tonight, think of that, a wish from somewhere far away, that your dreams be soft and sweet. In some old cultures, it was believed that during a yawn, your soul might slip out, and someone could steal it if you weren't careful. That's why people used to cover their mouths when yawning. Today, we might just say, "Excuse me," but maybe it's also a way to keep our soul warm and tucked in. A single yawn, that's where we begin. Somewhere in a small sunlit kitchen, a girl rubs her eyes, stretches her arms, and lets out a long, quiet yawn. That yawn travels, first to her father sipping coffee, then to her sleepy dog, tail thumping softly. He yawns too. Across town, someone in a meeting stifles a yawn. They don't know why, they just feel it coming. The tug, the breath, the release, and the yawn keeps moving. To strangers on buses, to friends on video calls, to tired students slouched over notebooks. It ripples across cities, leaps oceans, sneaks into night shifts, airports, and quiet bedrooms. One small moment, shared by millions. And maybe, as you lie here now, that same yawn has reached you too. Not all yawns are human. Sometimes the world yawns too. Have you ever felt it? That gentle stillness right before the sun sets. Birds grow quiet. The wind softens. Even the trees seem to hush. It's as if the earth itself is taking a long, deep breath. When light fades slowly and the sky blushes in pinks and oranges, that's the yawn of the horizon. Everything stretches toward dusk. Even the shadows grow long and lazy. And in that moment, nothing rushes. It's permission to pause. Waves roll in and sigh back out. The tide doesn't ask questions. It comes, it goes, and sometimes, when it's very still, the sea seems to breathe. Inhale, exhale, just like you. As the sun disappears, owls blink into wakefulness. Moths hover near moonlight. Even the stars seem to twinkle just a bit slower. The night is not empty, it's just quieter, more thoughtful. A long yawn from a planet ready to rest. You are not separate from these sleepy tides and glowing skies. When you yawn, you mirror the world. You join in its soft ritual, its daily goodbye to noise, its invitation to stillness. Tonight, as you lie here, remember, the world is yawning with you. You are never resting alone. Sleepiness doesn't arrive all at once. It sneaks in gently, a slow cascade of changes happening deep within you. Let's drift inside that process, peacefully, curiously. As light fades, your brain begins releasing melatonin, a sleepy signal, a quiet messenger. It tells your body it's time to slow down. Your eyelids feel heavier, your thoughts float instead of march. Melatonin is like a lullaby, played from the inside out. Did you know? Before sleep, your body cools itself. It's like the world dimming its lights. That drop in temperature is your body's way of saying, no more running, no more doing, just rest. Even your heart beats softer, your breath slows, you are becoming still. Inside your mind, your brain waves begin to change, from busy beta to slower alpha, then deeper theta. Eventually you'll float into delta, the dreamless waves of deep sleep. But not yet. For now, you're just coasting gently down the curve like a feather falling through warm air. Every moment you're awake, something called sleep pressure builds. It's why naps don't quite replace a full night of rest. You need the long drift, the true reset. And yawning? That's one of the signs, a flag raised by your body saying it's time. You don't have to try to sleep. Sleep tries for you. You just have to let go. So tonight, as your body cools, as your mind settles, as melatonin carries its message through you, just follow it. Gently, naturally, easily. You're wired to rest. You always have been. Long before we had science, people were still yawning, and they noticed. They painted it, wrote about it, gave it meaning. Let's take a soft journey through time and see how humans across centuries have made peace with the yawn. Some scholars believe that ancient Egyptians saw yawns as tiny soul movements. A yawn might let the spirit stretch, just for a moment, before returning to its quiet nest inside you. To yawn was not just to be tired, but to be touched by something beyond alertness. Artists like Caravaggio and Rembrandt painted people not just wide awake, but in states of drowsiness. Eyes half closed, mouths slightly open, a soft slump in the shoulders. Why? Because sleep is human, and to show weariness was to show truth. Even a yawn could be beautiful. Romans were practical. If you yawned in conversation, they thought it meant you were bored. But some saw it differently. Yawning was a reminder that no matter your status, senator or servant, everyone gets tired. A simple truth that levels us all. In old Chinese medicine, yawning was believed to help move qi, your body's vital energy, a way to balance, to regulate, to restore harmony inside. So a yawn wasn't a failure of alertness, it was part of healing. Shakespeare wrote of drowsy numbness. Emily Dickinson called sleep the gentle thing, and modern poets still use yawns as metaphors for surrender, slowness, soft endings. Sometimes the most powerful word is the quietest one. You are part of that story, this moment, this breath. As you lie here, maybe halfway between wakefulness and dreams, remember, yawning isn't just a reflex. It's a thread that connects us across time, across cultures, across sleep. Long before humans, before cities, before even the first whisper of language, there was a yawn. Let's drift back, far back, to the dawn of quiet life. Imagine a shallow sea, warm, ancient, humming with light. Tiny creatures drift beneath the surface, soft-bodied, slow-moving, simple. One of them suddenly pauses. It opens its mouth wide, pulls in a long stream of water, and releases it. No reason, no urgency, just emotion. A stretch, a release, the first yawn. No one knows. But maybe, just maybe, it was comforting, like returning to something familiar, even if the world was brand new. The creature drifts on, the water warms, and it begins to rest. Scientists believe yawning evolved to regulate temperature, to cool the brain, or maybe to help gills move more water, or even to stretch and reset tiny muscles. But deeper than that, maybe the yawn was life's earliest way of saying, I need a pause. That yawn, millions of years ago, was passed on to fish, to amphibians, to reptiles basking on rocks, later to mammals stretching after sleep in high grasses, to primates, to us. It never stopped, it only softened. Now, it's part of you. Not because you're lazy, not because you're bored, but because your body remembers. It remembers the sea, the warmth, the weightless stillness of floating. And when you yawn now in your quiet room, you're echoing something that began before memory. A signal, a stretch, a sigh older than words. Have you ever yawned just because someone else did? You didn't mean to, you weren't even tired, but somehow your body joined in. It's one of the quietest ways we connect. Let's rest together in that idea. Scientists call it contagious yawning, but it isn't about germs or illness. It's something else, something human. When we see someone yawn, especially someone we know, something stirs inside us. Our mirror neurons, tiny echo chambers in the brain, activate, and we join in. It's our brain saying, I understand how you feel. Contagious yawns happen most often between people who are close. Partners, children and parents, best friends, even pets can yawn when we do. It's a sign of trust, a signal of shared rhythm, a quiet me too spoken without words. Yawning with someone might be one of the smallest acts of empathy. You pause, you breathe, you let yourself be influenced by another's state. In a way, you step into their feeling. Their tiredness becomes yours, if only for a moment. In ancient communities, people often slept close together. Caves, huts, fire circles. When one person yawned, others followed, a wave of winding down. It kept groups in sync, safe, aligned. Even now, families tend to wind down together, yawn together, drift off together. Somewhere in the world, someone else may be listening to this story. Someone else may be yawning just as you are. You'll never meet, you'll never speak, but in this quiet moment you're connected, by breath, by rhythm, by the slow language of sleep. Empathy doesn't always need words. Sometimes it just needs a yawn. Can something without a mouth yawn? It sounds impossible, but let's not be so sure. Let's imagine, let's wonder together, because sometimes the world whispers secrets not in words but in rhythm. During the day, trees stretch upward, leaves reaching branches absorbing sunlight, roots drinking from deep below. But when the sun goes down, something curious happens. Their branches relax, their posture softens. Some trees even lower their limbs by several centimeters, as if they are sighing or yawning. Though trees don't breathe like we do, they exchange gases, inhaling carbon dioxide, releasing oxygen. It's their version of a long, patient breath. And at night, this process shifts, it slows, becomes quieter, less active, just like us. Scientists studying trees with lasers have seen this movement, leaves drooping, trunks subtly shrinking as water pressure inside drops. It's not just rest, it's rhythm, a daily inhale, a nightly exhale, a long, living lullaby. You lie in your bed now, letting the day fall away, breathing, stretching, settling. The trees outside your window are doing the same. No sound, no fanfare, just the quiet business of winding down. Maybe that's their version of a yawn. So tonight, as you drift off, know this: you are not the only one letting go. The forests rest, the grass exhales, even flowers close their petals and wait for light to return. The whole world is yawning gently with you. When you think of superpowers, you might imagine lightning speed, laser eyes, or strength beyond belief. But what if one of the greatest powers was something quiet, something simple, like sleep? Let's take a soft look at the amazing things your body and mind do when you finally rest. As you sleep, your body begins healing. Tiny tears in your muscles from daily movement, repaired, skin cells renewed, your immune system recharged like a quiet force field. No cape, no noise, just you, quietly becoming whole again. Your brain is busy too. In sleep, it organizes your thoughts, makes sense of your day, even stores your memories in the right places. Ever woken up with the answer to a problem? That's your sleeping mind, doing genius work while you drifted in dreams. Big feelings from the day, worry, joy, anger, sadness, they all get processed while you sleep. It's like your heart gets a gentle massage from the inside out. You don't have to do anything, just rest, and your emotions sort themselves out. Some of the world's greatest artists, inventors, and thinkers got their best ideas from sleep. Paul McCartney dreamed the melody to Yesterday. Elias Howe dreamed the sewing machine. Mary Shelley dreamed of Frankenstein. You might not realize it, but inside your dreams, there could be a spark waiting to wake you up with wonder. So tonight, when your eyes grow heavy, don't think of it as shutting down. Think of it as powering up in the gentlest, wisest way possible. You are doing something powerful, something essential, something that even superheroes need. You're sleeping, and in that, you are quietly, unshakably strong. Before sleep, before dreams, before words, there is breath. It's the first thing we do when we enter this world, and the last thing when we leave it. But in between, we often forget how magical it is. Let's return to it, gently, slowly, together. Breathing isn't just pulling in oxygen, it's your body speaking to itself. It's how your heart slows down, how your mind tells your muscles let go. Each inhale is an invitation, each exhale is a surrender. It's a rhythm older than music, a dance without movement, a whisper without words. When you breathe slowly and deeply, something changes inside you. Your nervous system shifts, your stress signals ease, your heart begins to tap a softer beat. Even your brain waves start to float in gentler patterns, like ripples in a still lake. Breathing is not passive, it's powerfully gentle. Let's try it now. Inhale, gently as if smelling a flower, hold for just a moment, and exhale slowly as if blowing out a single candle. Feel your shoulders drop, your face soften, your belly relax. This is you, letting go of the day. One breath at a time. The ocean breathes in waves, the wind through leaves, even the earth with tides and seasons, with shifts and quiet motions so large they move mountains. And you are part of it. You are nature too, and your breathing is a kind of magic. If your thoughts wander, don't worry, just return to the breath. It's always here, like a friend waiting with open arms. Let it carry you, rock you, lull you, inhale, exhale, that's it. You're doing it, you're already drifting. Close your eyes, picture the earth glowing quietly in the dark. You're floating above it, no gravity, no sound, just stars and stillness. Now ask yourself, do people yawn in space? Let's find out. Astronauts don't have beds like ours, no pillows, no blankets that fall off the edge. Instead, they zip themselves into small sleeping bags tied to the wall, so they won't float away. No up, no down, just floating inside a tiny metal world hundreds of kilometers above Earth. Yes, they absolutely do. Even without gravity, the human body keeps its signals. Tiredness, stretching, yawning. A floating astronaut might yawn mid-air, arms out, eyes closed, just like you do in your bed. In space, the sun rises every 90 minutes. That means astronauts experience 16 sunrises in one Earth day. Their sleep gets confused. Their bodies don't know when to rest. So NASA helps them with special lighting schedules, calm routines, and yes, even bedtime stories. Because even heroes in space need help falling asleep. Breathing changes too. With no gravity, fluids shift in the body. Your face feels puffier, your sinuses fuller, but your breath, still flowing, still steady, still keeping you grounded in a place where there's no ground. Whether you're in a small apartment, a quiet village, a mountain hut, or the International Space Station, you still need sleep, you still yawn, you still dream, because no matter how far we go, our need for rest never leaves us. And maybe tonight, as you drift off, someone floating far above is doing the same. Imagine a time before time was counted, before books, before fire, before even language. Now imagine someone, maybe curled in fur, blinking slowly under a tree, and then a yawn, a stretch, a soft sound, a slow sigh. Yawning is ancient. Older than laughter, older than stories. Fish yawn, birds yawn, even fetuses in the womb yawn. It's not something taught, it's something known, something remembered. The first yawn might have come from a sleepy reptile in the sun, or a mammal curled in leaves, or a bird settling into its nest. It was a way to slow down, to signal calm, to prepare for rest. Even without language, that moment said, "I'm tired, it's time." And that was enough. Tonight, your yawn carries the memory of millions before you. It's a gesture passed down not by words, but by breath. So as you drift off, know this: you are part of something old, something soft, something still. And somewhere deep inside, the first yawn still echoes. Have you ever looked up at the night sky and seen a crescent moon resting low? It looks a bit like a yawn, doesn't it? Open, silent, soft. Let's think of the moon as the world's quiet bedtime bell. Just like your day fades into night, the moon cycles through phases, from full to half to new and back again. A rhythm, a slow breath in the sky, as if the moon itself was drifting off. Before artificial lights, the moon was our lamp. People often planned sleep, harvest, and stories by its glow. Some say a full moon makes sleep harder, others find it calming. But one thing is certain, the moon always returns, always rests, always rises again, just like you. So tonight, when you peek out the window and catch a silver curve above, think of it as the world saying goodnight with a yawn, and let yourself follow. There once was a tiny classroom in a quiet village. One student yawned, then another, and another. Within hours, half the school was yawning, and by the next day, the whole town was too. Let's explore one of the strangest stories of the most contagious yawn in history. In a village in East Africa, a group of students at a boarding school started laughing uncontrollably, then yawning, then crying, then yawning again. It wasn't funny anymore. They couldn't stop. The episode spread to other towns, affecting hundreds. No one was quite sure why. Scientists believe it was mass psychogenic illness, a powerful emotional ripple caused by stress, fear, and group behavior. But many still wonder, could the yawning have been the body's way of calming itself, a community breathing out tension together? The event eventually passed. No one was harmed, but it taught us something beautiful. Yawning connects us, even across borders, languages, and emotions. Sometimes, a yawn is more than just a breath. It's a release. What is the softest sound you've ever heard? A feather landing, a baby sighing, the turning of a page? Tonight, let's listen for it. It may already be here. The breath you just took was one of the quietest things in existence. Yet it moves everything. It fuels your brain, calms your nerves, guides you to sleep. Soft, but essential. Crickets, distant wind, a ticking clock. They don't wake you, they wrap around you, tucking you in with barely their melodies. Even silence has its own gentle tone. Now close your eyes, imagine floating in space, no sound, no pressure, no gravity, just a tiny whisper from your lungs. It's the softest song, and it's yours. You're sitting beside someone, they yawn. A few seconds later, you yawn too, even if you're not tired. Why? Let's explore the gentle science behind contagious yawning. It's not just copying, it's connection. Our brains have mirror neurons, tiny helpers that reflect the emotions and actions of others. Yawning is one of their favorite tricks. It shows empathy. It shows belonging. You don't need to be in the same room. Reading about yawning, watching someone yawn online, even just imagining a yawn can set it off. Your brain is wired to echo what feels familiar, especially when it's gentle. So the next time you yawn because someone else did, smile a little. Your body is reminding you that you're not alone, that you're part of something bigger, that rest is shared. Far above Earth, where night and day change every 90 minutes, astronauts still yawn, even without gravity or a soft bed or a cozy pillow, because yawning doesn't need comfort, just a human body ready to slow down. Astronauts work long days. They float, think, repair, observe, and when it's time to rest, their brains still signal that familiar cue, a yawn, a stretch, a slow breath out, even among stars. In space, you don't lie down, you anchor yourself, you close your eyes and drift, but the yawn before sleep remains the same, a soft surrender, even in orbit. There's something satisfying about a good yawn, like scratching an itch you didn't notice, or taking off your shoes at the end of a long day. But why does it feel so complete? Yawning stretches your jaw, fills your lungs, wakes up your brain, or calms it. It brings fresh oxygen, releases tension, balances you. It's like a quiet little reboot you didn't ask for, but needed. You're overwhelmed, distracted, tired, then out of nowhere, a big deep yawn. Afterward, things feel slower, softer, lighter. Sometimes the smallest things do the biggest work. From cave drawings to cartoons, from paintings to poems, the yawn has made its mark. Why? Because it's something every human understands. Artists like Jean-Baptiste Greuze captured children yawning in soft oil tones, their eyes half closed, mouths wide, small hands rubbing faces, a moment frozen before the nap, real, relatable, timeless. In comedy, a yawn often means boredom, but in real life we know better. It means you're relaxed, your defenses are down, your mind is ready to rest. Every language has a word for yawn, because every person has felt that signal. It's time, and that makes the yawn a universal expression of being human. Have you ever tried to not yawn, but still did? It slips out, soft, uninvited, but natural. Yawning isn't always a choice. It's a gentle command from your nervous system, a whisper from the body, pause now, and so you do. Even when we try to fight a yawn, our body often wins, because yawning isn't about politeness, it's about balance, oxygen, temperature, relief. You may not have meant to yawn, but maybe your brain did, and that's okay. You were reading or working or walking quietly through the day. Then a stretch, a sigh, a blink, you yawned, but it passed like a breeze, no fanfare, no thought. That unnoticed yawn, it was your body weaving rest into your routine, a signal to slow down, even if just for one breath. You didn't notice it, but your nervous system did. It tucked calmness into the chaos. Do you wonder why babies yawn so much? Their tiny mouths open wide, eyes close, sometimes a little squeak comes out. Babies yawn a lot, but they don't fake it, they don't overthink it. They just yawn when they need to. Even before they're born, babies yawn in the womb. Some scientists think it helps them develop. Practice breathing, train the brain. To a baby, a yawn isn't sleepy, it's learning, a gentle stretch for the mind. Watching a baby yawn is watching instinct. It's soft, genuine, peaceful, and it reminds us, you once yawned like that. And somewhere deep down you still do. You don't need to speak or wave or write. Sometimes you just yawn and someone else understands. You're tired, so am I, that's all. Yawning is honest. It can't be faked easily, and it's never loud. It says, I'm human, I'm winding down, I'm safe with you. That's a message worth sending. Every night before bed you stretch, your eyes get heavy, and then a yawn. Not because you're exhausted, but because it's bedtime, and your body knows. It's habit, it's rhythm, it's your own lullaby. Yawning can become part of a ritual, one that signals sleep, comfort, the day's end. It tells your body, you can let go now, and it listens. You're in a meeting, or a quiet room, or next to someone talking. You feel a yawn coming, but you push it back. Why? Because we've been taught that yawning means you're bored, not paying attention. But really, you're just human. It's not an insult, it's a natural reset. Your brain wants to stay clear, your body needs a pause. And pretending it's not happening doesn't make it go away. So next time you feel a yawn rise, don't fight it. Let it through, soft and quiet. It's not impolite, it's self-care. Not every moment in the day is yours. You have things to do, people to see, tasks to complete. But that one yawn, that's yours. A pause you didn't have to earn. It clears the fog, pulls in air, makes space in your head, and no one else has to know. It's your little gift tucked between responsibilities, a free moment, a silent breathe. You yawn at night, your body slowing down. You yawn in the morning, your body waking up. Same motion, different story. Let's compare the two. It's a starter. Your lungs stretch, your back arches, your face wrinkles. It's like your body pressing the on button. It's a closer, slower, softer, often followed by a sigh. It tells the world I'm finished now, and I'm okay with that. You're warm, curled up, soft lighting, no pressure, and then a yawn. Because your body knows it's safe now, you can rest. When you feel secure, your brain slows its guard. It releases tension, prepares for rest. That yawn isn't just tiredness, it's trust, a signal that you're okay, right here, right now. You're beside someone you care about. They yawn, then you yawn too. You smile, they smile back. No words, just breath, shared. It happens between parents and children, between couples, between friends. Not because you're copying, but because you're connected. Their sleepiness becomes yours. It's not dramatic, or loud, or flashy, but that shared yawn, that's affection. It means I feel safe near you. I'm winding down with you. I'm not alone. Ever noticed a big yawn right before solving a problem? Or after a long moment of focus? That wasn't a mistake. That was your brain cooling down to think better. Yawning brings in more air. It cools the blood around your brain, like a breeze through open windows in a cluttered room. So next time you yawn mid-task, don't worry. It might just be your mind preparing for insight. Some yawns vanish, not because they didn't happen, but because they were too quiet to notice. But they were there. Yawns can be soft, like whispers, like background hums. They're part of your rhythm, even when you're not paying attention. Some of your calmest moments were wrapped in a forgotten yawn, invisible, but still holding you. Can you yawn in a dream? Some say yes, some aren't sure, but in sleep your body still breathes, still moves, still shifts. So maybe you do yawn in dreams and just forget. Even science isn't certain, but what if a dream yawn feels like a wave rolling in and out without waking you, a peaceful tide in the sea of sleep? The lights dim, the room is quieter, someone yawns on the couch, then another, then you, it spreads. Yawning in a group at night feels like a soft ritual, not planned, not discussed, but shared. Your bodies agreed today is ending. It could be friends, siblings, strangers on a bus. Yawning together feels like permission to rest. You're in a deep talk, it's meaningful, you're listening. Then suddenly, a yawn escapes, you feel embarrassed. But maybe you don't have to be. A yawn during conversation doesn't always mean boredom. It could be relaxation, or connection, or just the brain's quiet reset. So if someone yawns while you speak, don't worry. Maybe they feel safe enough to relax near you. And that's a kind of compliment. We've all seen it. A student stares at the board and yawns, then another, then the teacher. It's not laziness, it's biology. Focusing drains the brain, and yawning can reboot it, a reset, to take in more, to stay present. In classrooms, yawning isn't distraction, it's adjustment, brains catching up, recentering, recharging. Stressful day, fast breathing, busy mind, then a sudden yawn, and things slow down. Yawning can soothe, it's emotional, a natural way to tell yourself, let go now, like a hug from within. That big inhale isn't just air, it's relief, peace, reset. A yawn can be your body's way of taking care of you. You didn't expect it, didn't plan it, but it came, a yawn, perfectly timed, and everything slowed. Maybe it helped you finish the day, or get through a task, or fall asleep. It was your body knowing what you needed before you knew. Sometimes a yawn is the answer, even when you didn't ask a question. You're curled up, the lights are low, the blanket's soft, your eyes blink slower, your breathing deepens, then a final yawn. This yawn is different. It's not about thinking, or focus, or comfort, it's about surrender. As you yawn into sleep, your body releases the day, one breath at a time, no pressure, no rush, just rest. And now as this ends, let the soft sounds guide you deeper into sleep. Good night.